Hello, everyone. Happy Monday. Welcome back to Christmas in July with Brenda Sellers. I did not forget my last name, I promise. Anyway, hello again. Let me say it again. Brenda Sellers. Thank you for coming and watching the videos to see what we're doing. So tonight we are not playing with a stitched Christmas paper or that stamp set. So are you ready to see what we're doing? Let me share my screen and we'll get started. All right, you ready? Woohoo! The cutest crew and an old stamp set. I love the Merry Christmas in this one. So I pulled it out and we're going to use it. So let's get started. We're going to play with the kitty cats because that's what I want. Actually, do we want to do kitties or dogs? Is there anybody watching yet? Hmm. Let's do the puppies. They are right here. And again, I tend to lay my stamp on a piece of cardstock after I peel it off of the acetate sheet because then it stretches a little bit and I want to give it time to relax. So there's the dies that go with the cutest crew. Set them over there out of the way. And that's relaxing and having a good old time. Let's cut or fold our paper. Our cardstock is 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4.25. And my phone folder. I've already done some of the work, but not all of the work. That's why these little dies and pieces are laying right there. All right, so let's go ahead and put this guy on a block and get out the secret C. And you just need to tap it. You don't have to smash it down in there. On these foam pads, just tap. And then push it down and hold it. And you can say, my friend says his name is wonderful. So if you need to give yourself some little affirmations, repeat whatever it is 3 times. And it allows the ink time to soak into the cardstock. We are going to color the bandanas and tongues with Poppy Parade because that's the color cardstock we're using. Oh, that one kind of bled over. And that little thing, that little, I think that's it. Now let's color our puppy dogs. You can get as creative or not as you want. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. There's 4. So let's grab another color. Color do we want? Black is too dark. Let's do pecan pie. So let's start with pecan pie. And I'm going to use the brush tip end and be very careful. You could leave spots so you have a spotty dog. I'm going to color them solid. And then do this fun little one in a gray, light granite, yeah, gray granite. Looks like his tongue's hanging out. Let's get, do we have real red? We do. Yeah. I'm just going with whatever end of the blender pen I open as to which side I'm going to color with. But the bullet tip definitely gives me a little more control. That one definitely bled over. All right. Now let's cut this out. We're going to bring in, oh, those are for the kitties, I think. Oh, I need to color those daisies too. Yeah, we're going to color the daisies. This machine is a little heavy. Brought the big one over. If you are afraid that you're not going to get these guys lined up, something that doesn't have a whole lot of sticky, and that will hold your die in place. Well, hello, Miss Carol. You're up late. All right, it's still in the correct place. Run it through. Pull that off. Isn't that cute? Isn't that cute? All right, let's grab some colors and do our daisies and the grass. So we're going to go with light shaded spruce for our grass. And we're going to do whatever color this is that I pull out of here. It's a yellow. Lemon lolly. And I know that daisies are not typically found at Christmas time, but that's all right. Be there in a warmer climate because Christmas time in Australia, it's warm. You have to get up early for your flight. Goodness. Well, you might need to run to bed. All right, we're going to stamp our sentiment on this, and then we're going to layer it on this piece of white cardstock. We're using Merry Christmas, and we're stamping it in Secret C. It's two individual stamps, but I put them on the same block. Nice. I love that font. That looks a little crooked. It is. The Christmas is crooked. Well, let's fix that. Good thing we got another side to that paper. That Christmas is way creepy. Let's peel the Christmas off. Christmas is straight there. All right, let's try this, friends. Much better. That looks like the little puppies wrote it. That's great. This looks better. Let's go ahead. He said, that's the great thing about having double-sided paper, right? Well, and it's run out. So let's take it from the table over here. All right, that's too much in that corner. Come on. There we go. All right, now I'm going to put the puppy prints at the bottom. Let's pull them off of this die. All right, did that pull it loose? Then you've got all this little confetti with the footy prints. Okay. We are going to put this right here. So I'm going to snip straight right there. Some adhesive. Let's get my silicone mat. That one is about empty. I need to replace it. I'm just putting a little bit of glue between the footy prints. All right. And I want it right there. Am I crooked again? I think it is a little bit. Glue lets you shift it. There we go. Nice. And now let's add some dimensionals on the back of this. And we'll pop the puppies up. And we'll set them on the grassy footprints. And then let's add, I wish I would have remembered to put an adhesive sheet on that, but I didn't. We're going to hold it in place and trim it so we know where to stop putting adhesive. All right, it goes on this side. If you get adhesive on your silicone mat, just let it dry and it will wipe right off. And it dries clear, so if it does kind of gush a little bit, it'll be okay on our card. All right, now figure out how to pick it up. Don't lay your card in the adhesive. There we go. Okay, how about that for a Christmas card? That's definitely a non-traditional little Christmas card. And you could definitely send it to one of your friends where it is warm, so they've got the daisies, but you've got our Christmas colors. Hey, let's put this little foot on the inside. Glue. I wanted to play with something besides a stitched season, so here we have it. Maybe soon I'll have a different set to play with. Let's just pop him there. Go. All right, that's it for tonight. Thank you for watching. You have a good night. Carol, you go get you some sleep, and I will see you again on the next video. Remember, for every $75 you purchase through my online store between now and the end of July, I will send you a PDF of every one of the projects that we're making. So if you've got a stamp set similar to this one that we used tonight, you can use that. If you don't, then you can find, if you've got this one, go ahead and use it if you like. Or if you don't have a stitched season yet, get that sweet. Just let me know. I'll talk to you soon, but you'll definitely have all of the measurements. Thank you for watching and have a good night, and I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.